Welcome back to Cityline. With me, I have somebody who not only is one of the most exceptional executive directors here in Tacoma, Pierce County, I kind of think the world. He has like a whole necklace of people around him who also are excellent executive directors. But I'm talking about Troy Christensen, who is here to talk about the Black and White Gala. Hello there, Mr. Troy Christensen.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
It is always a pleasure to have you. And I know that right now, when I asked you how you were doing, you said, there's a lot going on in terms of LGBTQ. And I like to add on IA, so it's everybody. IA too, excuse me. There's a lot going on right now in that community. So let's talk about how that ties into our Black and White Gala coming up.
Sure. Well, there are generally in this country and in this community issues every year that we're dealing with, that we're advocating for and trying to educate people about. And the gala, which comes once a year, is an opportunity for us to celebrate the work that we're doing and the accomplishments that we make as a community, as well as an opportunity for the community to support this work financially. And so I'm very excited to be announcing the 18th annual Black and White Gala.
Oh, well, I have to say, I am full of equal parts of excitement and relief because I think now that we have been underneath the COVID bubble, Troy, for, 9 months, 6 months, it's all a big blur right now. One of my thoughts as somebody who attends the gala, who has emceed the gala. This is my family, my wife's and my family, our dear friends. I thought, oh my gosh, what will they do? We're not going to have a gala. But here we are going to have a gala. And of course, it's a virtual gala. So walk us through what we can expect, because we all have our beautiful clothes on and we're walking in the Tacoma Convention Center in our minds. So finish the picture for us, Troy.
Sure. Well, let me start by just restating a Facebook post that went out yesterday on our Facebook page, which was in-person parties are so 2019. So yes, we will not be there in person. And I don't mean to make light of that because it is a huge gathering and the biggest dress up party for the LGBTIQA community in Tacoma, Pierce County, and really in the South Puget Sound. And so we are, we're sad that we're not able to do it in person this year, but we have a great lineup and some great support for people to have this event at home. You can have small house parties if that works for you, or you can have a table where everyone is at their own home. There will be an auction that includes items that were traditionally would be live auction and silent auction items that will be open for 4 days online for people to vote or to bid on. And then we will have an evening celebration on November 14th at 7 p.m. And that will include information about the work we're doing, getting people excited, talking about the post-election challenges or excitement and what that will mean for the LGBTIQA community and what it will mean for our community. We're very fortunate that we have a lot of rights that are specific to the city of Tacoma and the state of Washington. And so we're in better shape than many places in the country. But we still have challenges, and we still deal with everything from discrimination to harassment to hate crimes. And it's important that we gather as a community each year and discuss what this means to us and envision a world where we're past that.
Oh, so beautifully said. Just like your leadership is of that team. The team that you have at the Rainbow Center, I have seen you around Tacoma from time to time since we got the shelter in place order, and I always want to check in and see how your team is. So tell us, Troy, because so much of the support that we give during that gala is because of our love that we have for that team that holds the mantle. I want to freely give because I want to help with those salaries because these people are doing such amazing things in the community. So, have you had to lay off anybody? Have you had to reduce your staff? Give us a snapshot of what the team is like getting ready to go into this very important gala, and there's a lot of work to do.
We did have one layoff of a person who was already off on maternity leave who did our in person programming at the center. So when the pandemic began, there's no in person activities occurring. And so that position is currently laid off, and it worked out well for the employee because she was preferring to have more time at home with her family. Um, I would say the team right now is experiencing a lot of the same things that most people are experiencing. That even though we're doing less physically, people are tired and people are anxious. And in particular, we launched a program last month to provide emergency rental assistance for people facing eviction. And our advocacy team has been going nonstop administering those funds. And we're really excited to say that we have helped so many LGBTQ families avoid eviction. Now, I know the moratorium was pushed back to December, but still, anyone who was behind on rent and low income already, it's nearly impossible for them to catch up. And this is a way for us to be able to assist them. And those are federal funds that come through the state of Washington and then into Pierce County. And Pierce County administers that grant. So we're really excited about the work they're doing, but they are tired and they're working hard and they're so dedicated and compassionate. Same with our education program. We stopped doing in-live trainings, but we have been doing virtual trainings. And we've now added a couple of teaching artists who are doing work with non-LGBTQ, mostly youth and young adults, helping them get an idea of what it's like to be an ally and what it's like to understand the world of LGBTIQA people. And it's really exciting, but it's a lot of hard work. And of course, we still face the usual things that we face, which is the people who claim we don't have a right to exist or a right to have, that we don't deserve equal rights. And so, that weighs on all of us all the time. What we see in the press, the phone calls we get, the emails we get. But it makes us stronger, and we're happy as a team to be working together, and everyone is really excited about this event.
Well, they should be. In this last 4 minutes, Troy, I want to talk about two things that I think our audience needs to know about the Rainbow Center. First off, let's talk about that beautiful screensaver above your shoulder, and that is Black Lives Matter. So let's talk about what is the Rainbow Center doing right now with the Black Lives Matter movement?
Well, we are doing a variety of things. We have stated publicly that we are beside, and behind the Black Lives Matter movement. We are spending time with consultants who are helping us understand how our policies and procedures, how our hierarchy and our structure between our board and our staff may represent a white dominant culture that needs to shift right now. If we're going to make any change that comes out of the civil unrest that has occurred, that has happened previously and not resulted in change, then we really need to step up. White people really need to step up. Partner populations like the LGBTIQA population needs to step up. And of course, there's the intersectionality of race and LGBTIQA status, meaning that we're not just standing with Black Lives Matter, we're actually part of Black Lives Matter, because there are lots and lots of Black people and brown people who identify as LGBTIQA.
Oh, so beautifully said. I love almost the call to action you just put out there, because you and I and the people that we call our family have had many conversations about it is not up to communities of color to educate white people. It's up to us, and this is just an Amanda Westbrook statement. It is up to us, in my eyes, for us to sit at their feet and listen. Just
Yes.
listen and observe, and then for us to find answers. And the Rainbow Center does that so beautifully, in the sense of being all encompassing. And that's one of the reasons why people love the Rainbow Center. These last 2 minutes, I want to talk about some of the LGBTQIA2 issues that are happening up in the bigger level, in terms of some of the rights that are being talked about right now. What is it we can do as the city of Tacoma, once we were known as the gayest city on the West Coast? What can we do to help support the Rainbow Center in terms of addressing these political issues?
Well, you can certainly communicate with your legislators, whether that's city or county council, state representatives, and the Senate, as well as your federal legislators, and make sure that they know that we're still here and we're still being treated differently. And while we may have some privileges, there are many people within our population that do not share those privileges. And it's important that our legislators understand that. We're not asking for special rights, we're asking for the same rights as everyone else. And it's really important that we have those conversations with lawmakers. It's also important just to remind everyone to vote, because it can make a big difference in what happens to us locally and across our country. And finally, I'll just throw in Referendum 90 is essential for people for the next generation to understand what tolerance is, to know and understand and see LGBTIQA people for who they are, and accept them as part of our community that contributes in ways that other populations may not.
Troy Christensen, I I adore you, I respect you, I admire you, because you just nail it every time. Your clarity is just inspiring. Thank you for being here today, and for because this is, this is coming up. We're coming up on, it's a month, almost a month until the event.
Yep.
So this is what we call crunch time in the event world. So thank you for taking time out of your day to be here with us, and thank you so much for all that you do. Much love to you and to your husband, Randy, and I'll see you on the 14th, definitely.
Wonderful. I'm looking forward to another great party.
Me too. We have much more to come on Cityline. Don't go away. We'll be right back.